The pinch. Is there anything more intimidating to a pitcher in the big leagues? Maybe, but the question is rhetorical, and I'm on the stage anyhow. I'm going to say some stuff is my point. It might be good and it might not, and that's the way it's going to be for the next few minutes. Anybody who knows me knows I take baseball seriously. As an adherent of sport in each of its many forms, I feel confident in discussing it here, tonight. Comparing and contrasting the most important elements, and even sharing an anecdote now and again. When I play pub trivia, I anchor my team with an encyclopedic recall of sports' shining moments, and it's seldom that I'm not hoisted upon the shoulders of my fellow bar cash winners as the most indispensable player. Anyway, the pinch. These giants we've been hearing so much about lately once crossed the ICC that centuries ago separated the western states from the eastern ones. They were bigger men than most, like all baseballers of their time, and so it was that with their 7-foot strides they were able to navigate the land bridge that ribboned its way through the waters covering what is now called America's heartland. There were many casualties along the way, influenza and narwhal attack being chief among the causes. Of the 25 men who set out to make that treacherous journey from the Empire State to the Golden Gate, only 9 survived. 9 team-minded and cunning souls with the vision to carry America's game to a heathen shore as missionaries. And it was to commemorate their enduring spirit that the king of baseball himself, Rabbit Copperfield, decreed that all troops of baseballers must humble themselves in reverence for these godlike heroes by presenting only 9 men on the match field in any given instance. Likewise, what had once been a game of gently tossing a ball to see how best, aesthetically, it could be made to roll along a field of short grasses at sunset, was transformed into an allegorical passion play of pitches and catches and bat swings. The drama would unfold in 9 metaphorical rounds, or intervals, as they are known colloquially, each representing a month of the arduous journey of the giants. When the Commonwealth of Coachers pleaded with the king that the game be made shorter, or at the very least spicier, that it should be endured so, the king swung his wooden scepter as though the outcry were a lobbed ball and declared, 9 months were suffered by these men, and though we may not compel an innocent populace to observe a 9-month showing, we may damnedly well make them feel as though 9 months have been lost to this grand exposition. So it was. And so it was that the intervals were built around the key challenges met in the arduous crossing of the land bridge, the fighting off of Arctic birds and sea cows with wooden cudgels, the hurling of men over difficult passes, and the secure catching of those men on the other side by the most sure-footed and able-handed of their lot. The troops would take turns on the match field stage, representing for a portion of the interval those heroic supermen, and for the remainder playing the part of the dangers looming along the way. It was upheld that the pitcher should prove most valuable, for the life and death of his band depended on his tossing acumen, and that second to him would be the catcher, for only through successful completion of a catch could a life be saved. The role of batsman was played by all, and was meant to represent the uncertainty of life, the randomness of the occasion at which death might arrive. All of this was by the king's design, for you see, though the game was meant to honor lives lived boldly and through much hardship, it was also meant as a somber meditation on life's greatest foe and greatest ally all at once, death. Which is why no interval concludes without a threefold sacrifice by each troop within the theater. And herein lies the pinch, that very moment which tests the fiber of the mortal man atop the little pitching hill, assuring him that God and all of the angels mean to grant no mercy this day. The cold eyes of the audience and those of the other actors focused on his all-too-human hands as he makes winged the ball of life and hurries it forward to an uncertain fate. Turn of the century, New York Giants pitcher Matty Mathewson once quipped, "Many pitches are effective in big league ball game until the heartbreaking moment arrives known as the pinch. It is then that the man in the box is put to the severest test by the coaches and the players on the bench. Victory or defeat hangs on his work in that inning." They were truly as poets, these men, so aware of their sway over crop and cattle that they formed touring troops, that they might refresh the coffers of America's hungry gods with the smoke of symbolic offerings, sparing once and for all the virginal maidens of their territories previously reserved for ceremonial fires in the beds of dukes. It was a noble calling, an austere path of loneliness and alcoholism in service of the common man, marked by brief flashes of redemption and fanfare. And at the head of the procession was the pitcher, the drum major and quarterback of the troop, the whole of its success or failure resting on his neck, on the spine with which he would rise to the pinch. And though the game has improved with time, advanced by the sciences of steroids and more breathable fabrics, that noble heart remains present and strong. Perhaps nothing exemplifies this truth more than the well-regarded exchange between a pitcher and his pitch coacher on the pitching hill near the conclusion of a grueling game in 1999. It was a simpler time, the 90s. And as that decade was ending, so too was the career of an aging Detroit Tigers pitcher named for the love of the game. He had outed each batsman the Yankees of New York had mustered for a long streak of intervals and was growing weary. "I don't know if I have anything left," he said. "You just throw whatever you got. Whatever's left," said Step Brothers, his coacher. "The boys are all here for you. We're going to be awesome for you right now." And that's what it's all about. Being awesome for each other right now. In the pinch. Of course we all know how that exhibition played out. Bolstered by the admiration of his cohort, the aging pitcher succeeded in throwing a perfect no-points game, like a man who has successfully quit the art of smoking. And in the swelling relief of victory, he discovered the maturity to accept a life at pasture with that chick from Twins. Transformed and made new again by that unflagging personification of the American spirit whose name is baseball. The pinch reveals the true essence of the man at its eye, the pitcher, the lonesome soloist atop several inches of heaped dirt. The game may have changed, but not the soul of the player, and not the nostalgic truth of a guy throwing a ball to another guy, with some other guy between them trying his damnedest to obstruct the catch. What matters most is that the ball was thrown, because that's life. Also, the game hasn't changed much either. Thank you.